Live. Look at that. I don't know if anyone's going to be watching. It's me and the puppers. Oh, someone joined. What's up? What's up? Oh, no. Oh, it's my first time doing a chat like this. What up? What up? Ander. What's up, people from the tennis club? If you're not from the tennis club, I don't know how this works. Oh, I see. From YouTube. You can join the club. You can watch it on YouTube too. This is my first time doing this on the District app. Fala, Ricardo. Tranquilo? Trying to see here. I can share it. Oh, I can share here. Still live? I don't know how it works. What up? What up? I'm trying to watch this. I'm gonna get my iPad actually, so we can watch this auction end. There was only one bid, maybe someone else will bid, honey. What's going on? There's some Brazilians in here. Fala, galera. What's good? If you're seeing this on YouTube and you haven't joined the the tennis club yet, join the tennis club. Oh, look at that! I am live. This is funny. I'm trying to learn how to use this because I look we're using through my phone, and I'm live here. How does that work? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's a look at that. There's a little QR code for you guys if you guys have not watched or have not joined the Crew Tennis Club. Join the Crew Tennis Club. Buy and sell. I will make it to Italy at some point, Ricardo. I need to make it to Italy. It's just unfortunately the European travels they are they're trickier because the cuts there are too difficult. So this is where we're watching. We got Crew Tennis Club here. We got Percept is going for $100 right now. And another Percept that's going for $100 right now. And they both have only 20 minutes left. Tariffs are here. It's gonna be harder and harder to get good rackets. So now we've got to join the club um, to get some cheaper stuff. But yeah, what's up? What's up? I have to show you guys like all the gear that I have in my garage that needs to go soon. The giveaway, the Tourline duffel bag and the Technifiber backpack, I'm gonna announce it hopefully at the end of the week here. I just wanted to try to get to like 1,000 members and then do the giveaway. Well, let's give our boy Joseph right here some love. He's trying to sell his racket. Come buy it. If you're in the US or Canada. We got all kinds of chats here going on. If you haven't seen the club, look at that. 700 members. Pretty good already. So yeah, let's see. Let's see for how much it sells. Let's see if someone else bids, but yeah. Bubbers. Hello, Pacho. Hi. Hi, Fluff. Hello, bud. Honey, Pacho's on the live stream. Hi. Hi. All right. Let's see. We got 15 minutes, so I'll hang around for like 15 minutes. Someone asked if Samoyeds are tough to take care. All right, so Samoyeds. Um, he is really good. They're very scheduled. So once they get in a routine, they're very much in a routine. Like at 7 o'clock. Don't come here to watch what I'm saying about him. At 7 o'clock, he's gonna wake up to feed. He's gonna sleep most of the day, and then around 4:35, it's exercise time, and it's food time, and he's gonna make you hear it. So they're very uh, talkative. They'll communicate with you when needed. But for most of the day, he's like a good sleeper. Doesn't require a lot. But he when he does want something, he he will let you know. And they need a lot of exercise. So if you're gonna get one, make sure you can walk them, or I take them on the one wheel or a skateboard. But for the most part, they're really good dogs. Yeah, they're very yeah, it's a Samoyed, and they're very attached to one person. That person is mom. So he tolerates me. He doesn't really love me that much, but loves mom. Good boy though. It's a good boy. And like buy a Dyson if you get a Samoyed. Otherwise, they're good boys. They're good boy. That's my little mutt, Rivy. That's Pacho. He's a good looking guy, isn't he? Um, and then for the people who are asking, calf seems like it's all right for the most part. I haven't felt it in a long time. I'm gonna give some good practices this week. Um, went back to doing fitness, and so like yeah, just slowly but surely, you know, testing it out and feeling good. Yeah, huskies are like that too. Huskies are a little crazier though because they're howling all the time. He's not that bad, I don't think. But yeah, so I'm gonna give it a go this week. Train a good amount. Hopefully next week I can train full out towards the end of the week, and the following one I'm signed up for a tournament. So I think I'm gonna go. It's in on March 12th, so I should be all right. Unless there's any setbacks now. It seems like I've been only recovering recently. I don't really feel much. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, May 12th. May 12th, Bogota, 50K. That's the week. The following week is the French Open quali. So most players who are like in the top 250 or 230 are already in Europe. And so I will be hopefully Bogota. Then the following week, the week of the qualies of French, I might go to a 250 in Geneva because again, all the guys who are top, out they're playing qualifying of French Open, they can play that week, Geneva. So that quality list my move. And then I'll spend a little time in Paris for the French, just doing some content and stuff like that. And from there, full out. Then I'll probably do Little Rock, Tyler, and then if my body's all good, we'll be uh we'll be good. So yeah, I think I'm okay. Hopefully, because I haven't felt it in a long time, but it's one of those. Uh yeah, goals, are changing a little bit for the season, definitely. You know, I think there was like this kind of clear path towards the French from the start of the year, being like top 270, and just needing like a few good results. And obviously those didn't happen, plus injuries, plus just setbacks. Obviously, I right now I'm not really thinking about any more goals. Ranking wise, I'm just trying to get like healthy and play a lot of matches, as many matches as I can. Obviously, I think US Open is still within certain reach, but to be honest, I'm just hoping to be able to play a lot of matches and kind of enjoy it again. I think I put too much pressure on making the Grand Slams. A little too much pressure on myself. Not that I played feeling the pressure, but just in general, it was maybe created like was a hurry to get there versus just sort of like going with the moment and stuff like that. So that's been just a little disappointing over this year, not being able to like again get as many matches as I was getting last year, which I was expecting. Obviously, playing challengers, you're going to lose a little bit more, but for the most part, it's just like just a bit upsetting that um, I had this like 6 events that I was planning on playing from Santiago to Savannah, and I ended up only playing two, and so with the injuries and stuff, it was a little bit annoying. But yeah, yeah, exactly. It's exactly that. I just like I started the year with so many wins. You're just sort of like you're riding that for a long time. Even when you're not playing that great, you sort of can trust yourself a little bit more in the tough moments and the confident moments. Uh, and having confidence in those moments, but in this year, like when you don't get as many matches, we obviously don't perform as well in those moments, and you just sort of have to like get through it and get it around. So to me, it's like I kind of have a clear sort of um if my ranking drops kind of below 300, 320. I'm probably just gonna go back to futures as much as challengers. There's still a game to be played points wise, right? Like the risk reward in challengers. Like if I'm in a 75K or let's say 100K, where I have to make semifinals to get 25 points in that tournament, I'm probably gonna have to beat a few guys top 150. Does it make more sense just playing futures and trying to make deep runs in futures and get more matches in futures, right? And I think there's a value still because of the point distribution change to play the futures and get matches. I just saw who was it? Jay Clark went to India and played a bunch of 25s, got a ton of matches, a good amount of points. So I'm planning on doing that just because I think value wise, this still makes more sense. The 25Ks and the 50Ks. Like in Bogota, I'm the 3 seed. So yeah, so I'm still gonna play out. Obviously, if I'm still getting main draws of challengers, it makes sense to play the challengers. But if I feel like I need to like maybe drop a level, and not that the level in the futures is lower, it's just like sometimes it's easier to like play yourself into shape in a future versus sometimes in a challenger you gotta be good from the get-go. So yeah, I haven't really lost a lot of ranking like positions in this gap, that's the annoying part because during this time that I've been in this position, I didn't defend much. So this was a good time to add, right? So like kind of going into the late in the summer, early fall, I start defending a little bit more. A couple semifinals of challengers, a 25, few quarterfinals of challengers. So that towards the second half of the year, I have more points. And this first half of the year, I have more futures points. So I could have added more points during that time. But unfortunately the injuries happened. So it's just the timing of them wasn't awful because again, I'm not dropping in the ranking like crazy, but I also wasn't able to add, so it was a little bit annoying. I'll travel with a larger team if I was sponsored financially. That's a good question. I don't know if a big team. I try to find like a good like buddy, a good friend that like knows tennis, can hit, can just kind of keep me in check and help me out with certain things. I don't think I'd have a big team. I don't want to be the one who's like managing all that kind of stuff. But one person plus my wife like would be sort of the ideal thing. Let's see what else is it. All right, someone just bought K-pop here. What's up? I might go back to the Dallas ITF event if needed. I think I'd do it. Um, but yeah, definitely need again just to go back to go back to where are we at? We're 7 minutes, 4 minutes, $100 for a percept here is. But yeah, if I need to go back to some futures, even honestly, I would consider a UTR event just to get matches, just to just go out there and try stuff and not really like worry about it. So yeah, it's there's no way to replicate matches, like just winning matches or having like, 4, 6 matches in 2 weeks or even a title, whatever it is. It's just like it's the most important thing to have, like to go into to grow confidence. It's just the way it is. Yeah, my previous record was a Percept 100G. I don't know if this is a 97H. So you gotta join. If you want to bid, you gotta join the club. You got 3 minutes to do. You gotta join the club and bid. If you're from the US or um, you're in the US or Canada or Australia. And yeah, it is true for all sports. Like the getting through the pressure of competition is the only way to build confidence. You can build a lot of confidence practicing, but you're not gonna build a lot of confidence. It's only 3 minutes. You're not gonna build a lot of confidence, just from the practice. You might come in like feeling good. Oh, I trained well. Strokes are in a good place, but you just need the reps. Appreciate it. Hopefully, yeah, maybe we'll make it a bigger thing here. Pickleball, padel things might be worth exploring. Racket sports. I will probably play the Chicago one. I'm gonna try to stay in the US as much as 1 on 5. Someone put a bid on. Um, I'm gonna try to play as much as I can, like nearby in the US and limit the travel a little bit just for the body for the rest of the year. But I do but again, depends on, where I'm getting in main draws, all kinds of things. So I'll likely be staying North America, South America for most of the year. But obviously, like, if I can sneak in some ATPs or something like that, obviously I'll go do those. All right, I got a minute 35 on this one. Hey Brian, you're going into nationals, you're in a bit of a slump. Oh man, that's tough. Or Brighton? Oh, Brighton. Oh, that's tough, man. I've had some of those. The only way through it is through it. Just like don't like embrace this like kind of downturn and get through the moment. You know what I mean? Like in the meantime, if you can play some challenge matches or things like that to try to build some confidence, that would be great. But try to like I've had moments where I was like I shied away from that and I was so scared of losing that like I just couldn't play. So like you just kind of have to get through it. You get, eventually there's a yin and a yang, right? Like to the whole thing. I've talked about this tennis versus golf. I think tennis is it's in its infancy on YouTube compared to golf. I think that's where it's gonna go. I think there's gonna be a lot of good creators that come to YouTube in the future and people who are probably much better than me and are gonna render me obsolete. 24, 16 seconds. Anyone gonna bid? But golf is sort of like the the framework that tennis needs to copy, right? Like I think I know and put a bid. Auction ended, $105. Nice, good job, Joseph. Let's see one more here. We got one more going. Golf is definitely bigger. I think golf is slightly easier to careertennisclub.com. I think golf is a slightly easier game to like have different levels, like it's more engaging if like there's the handicaps situation. Like if I'm playing someone, I've done the challenges with Winston, they can be entertaining, I think, but for the most part, they're hard to like create the same sort of level of like entertainment that I think golf creates. But with time and once I come off the tour and I have more time to create different things like that, I plan on doing fun things. And each creator has their own sort of angle. Some people are more interviewers, some people are more into tennis, some people are more influencers by that name. So there's different ways. Mackie actually tore his calf too, guys. So that's tough. Now he's out too. I'm definitely gonna do like a saber challenge in the future, like playing like seeing like what's the highest level I can beat by using the saber. Yeah, I'm definitely like in a unique place where it's like obviously I'm a creator and I'm in the top 300, but like I'm also kind of old. Eventually I'm off the tour. Um, 15 se- oh 130. Let's go. Let's go. Put those bids in. 97H is a hefty boy. For those who don't know, you have to join Carew Tennis Club. CarewTennisClub.com. Auction ended, 130 bucks. Look, Joseph sent some. It's made a little money. Let's go, guys. All right, we got some stuff in there too. Still, like some Toro line sets, some natural gut. Someone cut the price here. But if you want to bid, you have to go to CarewTennisClub.com, join the club, and then you're able to bid. And you apply as a seller. You can become a seller as well. So yeah, do that if you haven't done it yet. Carew Tennis Club. But I do not know actually what Marcos wants to do after tennis. I think we've talked about this, but he's so locked in his tennis that I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully, he just retires, just makes enough money, and it's like, look, I'm out. Maybe play some exhibitions, teach you some clinics here and there. Call it a day. That's what I would do. Um, but yeah, with the creator stuff and golf and stuff like that, obviously, like I'm in a unique position of becoming, top 300 in the world. Not many creators have that level. There's a lot of creators there are better creators. I think I'm a good mix of creator and player. But again, I'm also sort of towards in the tail end of my career, so I'd need to eventually, once I'm done with that, how do I, I need to continue to me, playing is the most fun part of the game. So how can I continue to play good tennis once I'm a little bit older and still, being able to be on court, maybe with, like we did with Taylor or with Medvedev or with whoever I can play with, Fonseca. I think I'll have the level to maybe play a set against them until I'm in my 40s, but who knows? Good stuff. We actually got a good amount of people in this. I'm kind of pumped. It's the first time I'm doing this, and it worked out. This is my boy Rivy. What's up, Rivy? What's going on, bud? Well, look, I have to use an old man calf sleeve right now. I hate the look. Like, look, that's just an absurd look here. But um, I think 98's a good size. 100 can be a little bit difficult to maneuver sometimes. So I like a 100, but it depends on the racket, right? Like obviously, I had the 100 last year. I really liked it for certain things, but it was really difficult to sort of like maneuver around. So for a lot of people that can be problematic. I think 98 is kind of the sweet spot. Trust me, I'm hoping to get into like some of the racket development with Technifiber. That would be like really cool. and try to like shift a little bit how these brands are making rackets. We need fewer 1820s and 1619 rackets. We need more 1620 and 1819. For example, if Technifiber made the 305S 100, but at 1819, I think I'd play with that one. But at 1619, I cannot. Um, so 1620 like in a 98 or 97 head size, it's so good. 1620 on a 97, 98, like a even a Percept or the one I play with, it could be because mine should be 1620 or 1819, my racket, the 305S. They should have those options. Those would be the best two options. Obviously that grip that comes with the Technifiber, I think that we're gonna have to get rid of that. So yeah, if I was making rackets, I think that's what I'm saying. That's why so many players you see them switching out from Wilson. Have you noticed that people switch from Wilson and they start playing better, or they either switch from Wilson and just paint a racket black, or they fully switch like Madison Keys. And so yeah, rackets are very homogeneous. Like yeah, that's exactly what it is. 90 to 100, 16, 19. It's like they're all so similar where I think like 305 grams is kind of this to me. 305 to 310 grams is the sweet spot unstrung, because then you can customize it. It's a good baseline, right? You can then add to the grip, you can add to the top, like you can play with it. If it's built, if you're getting something that's like 320 unstrung and sometimes maybe too balanced one way or the other, it's going to be hard to make that racket a little bit different. I think rackets should be a little bit more like customizable, customizing friendly, and a little bit more balanced, like in the middle, right? Like don't put like 3 points headlight. I think then I'm have to add so much to the bottom, and so like I think 6, 7, 8 points headlight is always like the best. Uh, so yeah. Well, I don't know if there's why they're leaving Wilson. I think just like it seems like they're not performing as well with the Wilson rackets, and they don't have anything in their lineup from Wilson that they can switch to that performs as well as the Babola that all the players like, a lot of the Yonex that a lot of players like. Obviously, Technifibers has put out a lot of great rackets recently, that are gaining more and more traction with the public. So it just seems like they're not. I've said it. When I made my video about switching rackets, I'll show you guys right now. And that's nothing to do with Look, Wilson gave me a good offer, and they tried really hard to make me you know make something work, but I just like this is actually a custom version. Um, This one here is like new shift, and I just like couldn't make it work with Wilson, and again, there's a lot of people who love him, but yeah, that's not to me to say. A lot of people play with the blade, they love the blade, but to me, I find it interesting some players that have switched away from it and actually quickly gain a lot of success. But that's okay. Like if they're making great product for 5.0s, for 4.5s, that's fine. Like I know the Clash sells a ton for them, for Wilson, and that's great. I think that's the rackets shouldn't be just like pro oriented, right? Like it's like buying golf clubs, and if the makers only made blade clubs, that wouldn't make any sense, right? You got to make like clubs for more amateurs. I think there's a new shift. I don't know if it's come out yet, but I tried like an updated version of the shift that it's supposed to be more of like the Babylon, and it seems like it's a good racket. I kind of liked it. It was the only one that was 1819. It felt good, but not fully right for me. That's all. Thank you, thank you. I made it into tennis channel, even if it's tennis channel too. Yeah, the shift is fine. Shift, if anything, is their kind of better racket. Thank you, Onyx. Yeah, no, I was with the Onyx for so long, so I understand their lineup the most compared to anything else, and so I'm slowly but surely I'm getting some of the TF40s soon, just to compare to the T fight and maybe make a video or something, because they're a little bit more in the percept sort of um, like style. Like even if you look on Tennis Warehouse, they say like they're more similar to the percept. So I'm actually gonna try those, but those again, they're offering at 1820 or 1619. I've talked to them. I was like, you guys should be offering at least an 1819 version of those. Yeah, the TF4, like a little less power. I think it's a but like I like my racket's a little more control oriented, so I want to try I'm gonna have them all sent to me and see, maybe I don't think I'll make a switch, but I'll give them a go because I think I just we didn't really have the time to go through the entire lineup when we started, and the 305S was great. Um, but why not get the other the other models and check them out. I don't know why Yonex didn't offer me a contract. You can ask them. Well, like right now, a 1620 frame that like a lot of the someone's saying here 1620 Yonex, like a lot of the players are trying to use Fonseca's racket. That's a version. It's an older VCore 98, but it's 1620. And they don't make that. I even told Mark was like, try to get one of those. Like they have the mold, why don't you try to get one of those just to see what's up, and but there's a few guys that are trying that Fonseca racket, but they don't make them, right? And I think that's a racket that would easily sell a bunch if they made them, because a 98 1620 would be great. It's the same way as the 98 Technofibers and I think the TF40s. Yeah, it's the SV 98. The TF40s would be greater in probably a 1620 or 1819 string pattern. It's just an 1820 to me, it's a little too dense, not modern at all for the game. And 1619, was it popular point? 1619, slightly, I believe it's slightly too open. I think 1620 is just better. Burritos or Italian for dinner? It's Monday, burritos. Save the Italian for later in the week. Oh, nice. Tom, you got a 305S for your birthday? Let's go. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what it is. Japanese companies are historically bit slow to make changes. That's always what it is. Let's see if I'm missing here. Yeah, I tried the blade. I don't understand the blade in any way. I It's the worst record out there by a lot, but some people really love it. And so to me, that is just not a racket that I would ever play with. But there's a lot of players who like it. Again, everyone that is here and is here from the YouTube, we're doing this through the tennis club. If you haven't joined the tennis club, crewtennisclub.com. We got a bunch of stuff going on here. Hopefully, more people start selling here. No one. I need more people to start selling here. The tariffs, they're high, so we got to sell used gear here. There's also a T fight for sale here. Someone wants to buy it. I'm joining. These two I'm gonna give away soon. It's a string full. It's a bag full of strings. Look at that. So come. All you have to do is like this post, and I'm gonna give it away in about a week. Look at that. I'm giving away a little Lacoste thing. It's for free. This is don't worry about the price. It's free. Just come here and like it, and we're gonna make this giveaway soon. Yeah, Novak still uses something very old school that it's not really there anymore. I think most players have gone significantly lower swing weight, higher, more power, lighter frames, and it's hard to play with a heavier racket. I've made actually my racket slightly heavier recently, just so I can get more of that Novak style because that makes sense to me. A little more, drive in, not never overly like getting like handsy, just feel the racket kind of doing a little bit more of the work when I need to push and guide, not guide, but you know what I mean, drive the ball and kind of redirect the ball. And it helps me with the serve, helps me with the return. So I've made mine a little bit heavier recently, and it's been helpful. So, but in general, the more modern player, it's much lower swing weight than all the other uh, kind of the older generation players. I mean, think about Roger Risty. He was. It was very interesting how heavy his racket is. Like at, I don't know, 340 grams and strong. Smitty, join. Sell some rackets in there, dog. Pacho. There it is. There's the Samoyed thinks it's time to play. Not time to play, bud. You got an hour still. The cover has been good. I'm hoping, in a couple weeks I'm back playing tournaments. So my T fights are about 345 with everything now. Strong, 345 grams. Strong with dampener, with grip, with everything, around 345. It's 10%, the fee, I believe. That's how you support me. If you sell stuff in there, and the fee goes to your boy here, Carew. Swing weight, I actually don't know. Static weight. Static weight, like on the scale, 345. Swing weight is probably lower. It's probably in the like 310, 305 range. Priscilla on. That's funny. You guys. It's easier to be an influencer when you're pretty. But she's a great player. But all our rackets just don't really work for me. The only one that I think would work for me is actually the 1620 strike that they have. That's like kind of the more my style. But all the other ones, they just don't like. I like the new. I played for a little bit with the new Pure Drive, the 1620 Pure Drive 98. Again, Babylon is like doing it right that way. They have a lot of 1620 versions of their rackets, and I thought it was a really good racket, but the pure drives are so stiff. Like my arm was cooked in 20 minutes, so I just couldn't really do it. Hey, bud, come here, come here, come here. Hi, bud. Hi. Why are you being crazy? Hi. You're being crazy. You guys are being crazy. Damn, 330 swing weight strong. I know. It feels like it's time, but it's not time yet. I really, yeah, but it's not the weight that like really hurts, right? Like someone like a heavy racket by itself should actually make things easier because you just have more momentum to hit the ball. So like you're not gonna really get hurt from the how heavy the racket is. You're just gonna get hurt from like the stiffness of the racket, right? It's the Babolat Pure Drive is so stiff to get the power, and then you just like I just like felt the vibrations like too much on like my forearm. I'm like it's like I get like nerve pain playing with it. Um, but if you grow up playing with it, like you just kind of have it's kind of like people who either who grow up playing with the Prestige. Like no one switches away from the Prestige. It's kind of like a funny thing. There's just like a Prestige kind of player. They never switch away. So um oh, that's a good question. I don't think they have a butt cap door that you can stick weight in. That's Pacho. Pacho, what do you got there? Hey, hey, hey. No. Um no, no, they don't have it. The spot that's actually funny, right? Like I never thought of that. That they don't have the little like kind of place to put weight in. Guess you have to put under the grip. But what are you doing now? Get out of there. Come on. Out. No, you're not eating that. Come on. Come on. Come on. They're being naughty. They're just eating stuff. They're eating random stuff. Huh? You want to walk some? I just want to see something cool. I have some birds here. Look. I'm gonna show them the birds, honey. Do we have baby birds here? Look. You guys can see it. Whoa. We've been paying attention to, if the parents don't come back, like we have to feed them. But so far, the parents have been good parents. Oh, it's a legit nest. Yeah, they're a while. There's four little guys in there. Yeah, if someone has way more power than you, the main thing that you can do is try to move them as much as you can. You wouldn't want to like if you could be hitting harder consistently, you would do that, right? So if you're just choosing to hit harder, but you don't trust that you can be consistent with that, then that would just be a good way to lose. So try to keep them on the move as much as you can. You can be on offense without hitting hard, right? Just keep taking time away and things like that. I think Zverev will win a slam. I think there will be one that everything aligns for him, but maybe karma is not gonna allow that to happen. So, but all right, we're here 45 minutes already. We saw an auction, but as you guys could hear, it's time to exercise the dogs soon. So I'm gonna head out. Federico, I will be playing again hopefully in 2 weeks, in March 12th in Bogota. So it's a 50K there. I've had some success in Bogota, so hopefully I can repeat that. And yeah, let's go at it. May 12th. No color for grips. Grips are white or Tourna. That's it. Don't don't reinvent the wheel. All right. Talk to you guys soon. See ya.
I don't know how to end this. Oh, here.